The United States has bombed Venezuela, hitting Caracas and some other cities. It is just after midnight Pacific on Saturday, January 3rd. As this is just breaking news over the last few hours, there are reports a little bit coming in all over the place. I would highly recommend The Guardian. They do a really good minute by minute as news is breaking, and because they're in a different time zone and their journalists are awake, this is a good place to follow if any sort of breaking news is happening overnight where you are. Explosions, loud noises, and low-flying aircraft were heard in Caracas, Venezuela in the early hours of Saturday. And there's also attacks that are happening in Miranda, La Guaira, and Aragua. I am so sorry if I'm pronouncing that incorrectly. I don't speak Spanish. The Venezuelan government says that this risks putting everybody in Latin America into total chaos. Venezuela's government has urged its citizens to rise up against the U.S. assault after Maduro has declared a nationwide state of emergency. Over on X, where there is a lot of political figures that are still very active, Gustavo Petro, who is the president of Colombia, has called for an emergency meeting of the UN. CBS News is also reporting it, saying that Trump ordered the strikes on sites inside Venezuela, including on military facilities, and that's coming from U.S. officials. The reason it's so important to note the CBS report is Reuters is saying that they've asked the White House for a comment and there has been no comment, just saying they are aware of a situation. So at this point, there's a lot of fresh information coming in. We're already seeing videos of the bombs that are happening there. Be careful with the sources that you're going to read and look at. I'm sure this is going to be a quickly changing situation. We did have some indication that this was coming. Since December 2nd, Trump has been saying that he was going to start bombing on land if there wasn't changes that he liked, basically. The U.S. administration has been attacking Venezuela specifically since September. At last count, I think there was 30 bombings on vessels that were coming out of Venezuela and the Caribbean in general. This has been ongoing for quite some time in what the American regime is calling a fight on drug trafficking and narco-terrorism, and Maduro is denying is happening at all. So this is very breaking news. It is still very early, but if you are awake wherever you are, please go and check this out. Keep an eye on it, as I am sure it will be continuing to break over the next few hours.